This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Right, I got the new iPhone 17 Pro at the studio that arrived last week, and wow, it's a beautifully designed piece of technology. But it got me thinking, how quickly can this thoughtfully designed device become cluttered with chaotic collections of random apps and notifications, right? Frankly, it loses that design simplicity all too quickly when you add the apps. But as I'm about to show you, there are some rather wonderful little apps out there that get the design just right, and well, they make it feel as simple and intentional as the day you unboxed it. And that's not just functionally better, that's genuinely more beautiful to use. I've spent the last month gathering the simplest, most well-designed iPhone apps that actually make your phone more minimal, focused, and honestly, more delightful to use every day. So, hi, it's Simon, welcome back to Better Creating. Let me show you some lesser known apps that I just love, gorgeous interfaces, thoughtful interactions, and features that enhance rather than complicate your daily life. So we'll break this into kind of two areas. Purely beautiful apps that just aesthetically do one job really beautifully well, and then some beautifully productive apps, minimal tools that make getting things done feel effortless. And you should stick around for my final 3 tips on the best ways to set all of this up and make your iPhone functional and feel good. Let's do it. The first one is this MD Vinyl. Now, what I love about this music player is it's just pure visual poetry. And if you care about album art and want to make your music experience feel as premium as the hardware, or you're just getting old and miss that feeling of looking through your CD rack, this thing transforms Apple Music or Spotify into something that belongs, well, in a design museum. What I particularly love is the smooth interface. So this way up, I can actually interact with the system and just move the track around like you're on a record player, which is really beautiful. You're able to pause and play it, and of course you can adjust the look and feel of it. So there's a bunch of things you can do. You can jump through the tracks like this, which is really nice, and adjust the vibes, which I think is really cool. And if you turn it sideways, you get this lovely album cover interaction, which is great. But probably my favorite part of this app is this, the album artwork shelf, where you can look through everything and find what you need. It's super cool, and literally this thing is my favorite extension app for music I've ever discovered. Let's just pause that. It also looks particularly good on the iPad, mounted to that VESA mount stand on my desk setup. If you want to learn more about that, check out my recent desk setup video. So this next app is simply called Clocks. Now, I think the iPhone standby mode is pretty cool and beautiful. If you put it on charge, particularly if you put it on that MagSafe charger and keep it locked, it will jump into standby mode. But this app takes it to another level. It's got multiple gorgeous animated images, which you can get on the free app pretty easily, and you can select it and you can change the layout to be whatever you want it to be, so you get this really beautiful design. And you can even set an automation so that every time you plug your iPhone into power, it will automatically start this app using Apple shortcuts. It's pretty simple. Hopefully I managed to fit in demoing it on the screen right now. So what I really love about this clock design is it works both ways up. You can spin it and it will give you the look that you want. But yeah, it's really cool that you can switch fonts, you can switch color, and in layouts, you know, you can even do things like this. It's pretty cool. So something to check out if you like a little bit of sexy design on your standby dock. Honestly, I think the design and typography is so nice, it makes you appreciate time itself. Sorry, that was absolutely terrible, but it is a great option if you want some more thoughtfully designed standby mode looks. Oh, and you actually might like this. Why not combine it with a Dieter Rams inspired standby dock that I managed to 3D print? There's loads of these out there, but the original by Scott Yu Yan is one of my favorites. Check out my 3D printing video if you want to know more about it. Next, how about some not boring weather? This thing is really fun to play with. You can jump around, look at all the different elements of weather that you might want to look at through the day, and it's just beautifully made. Now, weather apps can be incredibly detailed and powerful, but this one just strips everything back to what's actually needed and makes it look cool, and it's just really satisfying to use. To be fair, like a lot of the time, I just want to be able to use it, and I really love how it kind of gives a soundtrack to it. You can slide through the day, it does all this cool stuff. And of course, with an app like this and the MD Vinyl app, they've also got super beautifully designed widgets that you can drop on your home screen and add as well. So yeah, it's pretty cool, makes weather good. And this super boring company also make a bunch of other apps on here. They've got habit trackers, cameras, timers, calculators, all the rest. So yeah, I'm quite into these guys. Check them out. By the way, none of this is sponsored. I just like it. So I think this first set of apps proves that everyday interactions can be elevated, but they're not trying to do more. They're trying to do less with that incredible attention to detail. Now, before we dive into some super sexy and very productive app finds of the year, well, maybe simple and satisfying more than sexy, I want to talk to you about two cool things to do with your iPhone. And they're two of my favorite things. One is to customize it, and I've been redesigning our minimal icon packs for iPhone and Mac for the new liquid glass on iOS 26. I mean, I don't know what you feel about the liquid glass look. Let me know in the comments. It's kind of messing with designs, but it's also kind of resulting in some super cool looks. Anyway, we're redesigning them. And the app that I've been using to get better at design and learn some new skills over the last month is today's partner, which is Skillshare. Now, I don't know if you've heard of Skillshare, but if you haven't, where have you been? It is by far my favorite learning app and platform out there. You can learn directly from talented designers and creators, professional app designers, UX experts, successful entrepreneurs, and a variety of categories from productivity, design, creative freelancing, tools and software like Procreate or Blender, marketing. There's a ton of it. And the mobile experience is actually really excellent. You can download classes for offline viewing, perfect for those moments when you want to learn about, say, design principles instead of mindlessly scrolling the wrong thing. And you know what? I even have my own class on Skillshare called Productivity Simplified on how to achieve your goals with minimal effort. And it explores the philosophy behind choosing tools that enhance rather than complicate your life, exactly what we're doing here. And well, last month I took several design-focused classes on Skillshare, from drawing on iPad with Procreate to Daniel Scott's class on Figma UI and UX design essentials. It's beginner friendly, it's really well curated, and best of all, it helped me learn some fundamentals of UX design and create some mobile friendly designs for what I'm working on at the moment. So give Skillshare a try, I think you'll love it too, and the first 500 people to use my link in the description or scan the QR code that will pop up on the screen right now receive a 30-day free trial of Skillshare, so you better get started. Now for the apps that make productivity feel elegant. I've shared many minimal productivity apps and tools over the years on this channel, but these four really stood out to me this year. Number one is Did I Do? This solves a specific yet universal problem. Did I already do that today? It's really a kind of habit reminder, but also just an accountability buddy directly on your screen. The beauty isn't its clean design, it's how it disappears into your workflow. A simple yes/no widget that you can set up on your homepage for routine tasks or things you want to stick to. You just tap it and it toggles it, and everything resets. You can use the reset tools in here. You can just add things to your list. And if, for example, have I taken a nap, I've got, I can add a photo to complete it. I can set notifications that repeat. I can see the task log, can share it. It's just a really simple and accessible interface that really is almost invisible, but at the same time, front and center when you need it. Absolutely what design should do. Form and function. Love it. This is Sync Tasks. It's made by one of my Notion-loving colleagues and is really good. If you're already using things like Apple Reminders or Notion for tasks, this creates the most beautiful interface I've ever seen for your existing systems. Clean typography, elegant animations, and a really thoughtful home screen widget and design that actually makes you want to check things off. It doesn't replace your system, but it actually makes your system work on mobile, and it's been a problem for Notion users for a while. So it's a big win for me as a Notion ambassador and obsessive. And as a side note, did you notice the new Notion update? They moved to 3.0, and wow, it's built now around AI agents. A Notion agent is incredible. You can give it a personalized system instruction and it works for you. So you've got to check out my recent video on this and my new Agent OS system. If you've been unsure about Notion, this new version of it could really change your mind. The next app is probably the most valuable one of the group in my mind, and it's kind of less impressive at first glance. This is Matter, a lovely little read later app that's kind of more than a read later app. It's beautifully laid out, but what it does is connects to your inbox and filters all of your newsletters in. It will also find you and curate for you key bits of information around subjects that you specify. And even cooler, if I click on Derek Sivers' article here, it's got this built-in reader. So
There's No Speed Limit by Derek Sivers.
It'll read it to you. And I really love this because it allows you to also jump in and set the speed by which it reads. It's like having Speechify built into a reader. I can have all of my newsletters on there, and people swear by this thing. Probably is the one app that will fundamentally make you smarter.
Whether you're a student, a teacher, or a parent, I think you'll appreciate the story of how one teacher can completely and permanently change someone's life in only a few lessons. I was 17 and...
Really cool. Now, Matter is paid for, but I potentially think that this app is a brilliant investment in your own development. Distraction-free, clean ways of engaging with reading and knowledge. Absolutely love it, and classically minimalist. And finally on this productivity list is a really simple utility app called Into Wallet. And I kind of think this should have been built into iOS from the start. It turns anything into an Apple Wallet pass. Concert tickets, loyalty cards, boarding passes, whatever you need, quick access to. The interface is clean, the process is pretty seamless, and it integrates perfectly with iOS. It solves a really simple problem really simply. Now, it does say that you can only make 2 passes for free. If you want to get unlimited passes, you would have to do a one-time purchase of probably $3, £3 in the UK. I think that's pretty reasonable for a utility like this. These apps are just great because they understand good design goes beyond aesthetics, right? They transform your iPhone from an attention-demanding distraction into an intentional tool, and that's got to be worth something. Okay, before you go, here are those 3 top tips for how to ensure you can make your iPhone home screen setup as well designed as the new hardware. Oh, but before we do that, quick digression. What do you make of this new orange colorway on the iPhone 17 Pro? I mean, I love it, but it's one of my favorite colors. But maybe you'd go for the silver, and why is there no neutral dark color like a black? Let me know what you make of it. Anyway, that's for another video, and I will go deeper on the creative and powerful apps that you can use on this new phone, because this thing is wild. It's been unleashed by them creating the new Air, I think. Right, how to quickly set up your beautiful iPhone experience. Home screen curation. Instead of cramming your home screen with every app, curate it like a gallery. Keep only the most beautiful and essential apps visible, and use widgets from apps like Sync Tasks and Did I Do to surface information without opening the apps. Focus mode integration. This is a big one. Check out my other videos on customization, but layouts for different contexts are great. So create a mode, use the focus mode to create it and link pages to it, and then you can switch between focus modes for context, meaning that visual noise is kept away and you're only looking at the apps you want to work with. But my top tip, if you want to make your iPhone look really good, you've got to customize it. And to do that, I've created some icon and cover packs with a cohesive, calm visual language. There's a bunch of different styles, and these aren't just pretty icons. They're designed to reduce visual noise, remove those notifications popping up on your screen so it stays simple, and kind of give you a more intentional relationship to technology. There's 192 icons across some of the key suites and some generic ones you can use for what you want. I really love them. Check them out. They're at bettercreating.com if you want to grab a few, support the channel at the same time. But beautiful apps are just the start. For a truly intentional digital life, your entire system needs to be designed beyond just your iPhone. And to do that, I recommend watching this video next, where I break down the essentials of creating a minimal productivity system that focuses on what matters and changes your digital environment into something that supports you rather than distracts you. Hit my face to subscribe because that's fun and probably therapeutic, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.